Hello, gorgeous souls. I am really feeling the flow energy today. I'm Casey Knight. The frequency name that I love to play in is Aurora Light, and I absolutely adore talking about flow, energetic flow, or even flow when it comes to circus arts and hula hooping. That was where I first cut my teeth with the energy of flow. But I got to spend all day diving into the divine feminine financial flow. I was teaching today in my creation coach certification program one of the bonuses. It's this activate your inner money goddess facilitator training, where I'm sharing with my coaches a workshop that they can facilitate, where they bring people through the sacred energy of money. And it's based in understanding the divine feminine flow of money energetics, also working with the goddesses of abundance and all of the energies of the divine feminine. And it's just been such a beautiful thing to tap into, right on the heels of the Elemental Prosperity Masterclass, where we were working in abundance consciousness. Now, did I, months ago when I planned all of this stuff out, think that these two things would be moving, right one after into the other, and how perfect it would be? No, I did that without even intending to, but the energy has been so perfect, so divine, because in that Elemental Prosperity Masterclass, it was all about connecting to the infinite support that's all around us. And then we connected to our highest selves and the earth, and we felt the possibilities of creation. And in this bonus that I'm teaching to my certification students, it is about tapping into the internal state, because women are creator beings, right? And the energetics have to be there first. And there is such a focus in our culture on doing. And people think that in order to make money and have more financial flow, you have to do all the things. And that might work for people who are innately more in that masculine energetic structure. Whether you are in a, male or female presenting body, if you're non-binary, I'm not talking about your sex. I'm talking about the energetics of how it works in creation. For those that are here to embody that divine feminine energy in right relation to the divine masculine inside themselves, it starts with the energy first. We get to source it from our own self. And then, and only then, when we are feeling expansive and in flow, is it ever going to be physicalized. So when we're hanging out in lack, in separation consciousness, in the contracted energy, or when we have our shields up, when we're in fight or flight basically and our body doesn't feel safe, we are not tapped in to the infinite flow of the all that is. And we also can't access energetically our creative essence, right? It gets shut down along with everything else when we're in fight or flight, right? Our digestion, our immune system, all of it shuts down because your body's like, we better be safe and put all of the resources into like your muscles and things like that so you can run away from the tiger or whatever death threat is imminent. But of course, most of the time, our stressors and the things that are putting our shields up aren't things that are actually, our physical safety. If they are, of course, we need to address that first. But most of them are these stresses or traumas that are keeping us just stuck in the shields up, I'm not safe energy. And when we are in that space, we cannot access our creativity, our magic, our flow, right? And so it's part of this process of relaxing the body enough to be open to receive the flow of the abundance and the support that's already there. And at the same time, connecting to the infinite abundance that's already inside of us. Because we're existing in this holographic universe where it's as within, so without, right? As above, so below. Things are reflected from our internal state in the external world. And so those words, be the change you want to see in the world, that are so profound that Gandhi said, it works for everything, including financial flow. In that divine feminine financial flow, we have to feel abundant before we can be abundant and have that reflected back to us. If our energy field is hanging out in scarcity, lack, not enough, separation, lack of support, us versus them, that zero-sum game energy, we cannot feel abundant. And when you don't feel abundant, it's not possible to reflect that, the outer world will not reflect it to us the same way. And so because I work with entrepreneurs, we get to do this in really holistic ways. We get to work on the body, mind, heart, soul, energetic, and action aspects and realms to bring it all into balance, right? So it's been so fun to dive into, over the last 2 weeks, deeply into the energetics of all of it, and then work with the belief systems of the possibility of abundance and everything like that as well. And then we get to bring it into what is the soul asking of us to take in terms of aligned action, and then do that thing. So I feel like we're just in this process of completely inverting the matrix of what we have been in, right? In all levels, in all layers, because everything that we were taught is pretty much backwards and upside down. Everything that we valued, everything that we do has been flipped basically upside down our whole lives. And we're learning how to flip it back right side up and begin with our internal state. So connecting in with the energy of abundance and the divine feminine flow and our absolute power as creator beings is essential to be able to have that reflected in the outer world, whether you are an entrepreneur or just not, I guess. What's the other word for that? If you are just a human being living on this planet. But the focus for the entrepreneurs that I've been working with, it's so exciting because we can take it one step further and we can step into the abundance consciousness of you're no longer limited by your paycheck. You're no longer limited by the amount or time that you can put into work, right? You can start to access the infinite abundance potential of moving out of exchanging time for money and being able to create scalable products, passive income, make money while you sleep, being able to scale your business instead of just doing one-on-one sessions and working one-to-many, being able to create digital courses, being able to put on workshops and retreats where you're decoupling your time specifically from money, and it's more about the energy and how you are feeling it, as well as the structures and systems that you're putting out there and the aligned action. And it gets to do this really cool dance. And I get to support all of the entrepreneurs that I work with, either one-on-one or in my creation coach program, to do that dance. We do the abundance. Like literally sometimes in my programs, I even take people through like a sacred dance of money, because when we dance, we can physicalize these energetics that we're talking about. We can move energy, we can clear energy, we can activate energy, we can light ground things that are in the idea realm into the physical body. And so I love that I get to work with money in this very energetic way and support people with the belief systems, but then also create the practical actions, the systems, the structures, the things that are actually going to create the pathway for abundance to flow, right? Because that is the other thing after you tap into the energetics and you are able to feel the abundance, right? And you're opening to receive that divine flow of abundance, we need a pathway for the money to come in. And while it would be really possible to have money coming in from a lottery, an inheritance, something like that, the easiest and fastest way to create those pathways to flow is to have your own business, if that's on your heart to do. So I'm just absolutely loving being able to play with all of this, the entire ecosystem of it, body, mind, heart, soul, action, all of it, and support people, entrepreneurs, women, who are here to completely restructure for themselves first, and then for their families and the world, and let the energy ripple out, the economics, the monergy, as my friend Christine Nicole would say, the ability to make money in their life and to have it flow in. And then once that money comes in a different way, you get to scale your ability to share with the world what you have in terms of gifts, but then also all of the things that you would do to support the world in terms of giving back too. It's been so fun to tap in with all of these people over the last little while and ask them, what would you do with $1 million? What would you do with $10 million? And feel their fields light up with possibility, because they're like, oh man, I would do great things. I would do amazing things. I would give back. I would start this foundation. I would feed the hungry. I would help sick kids. I would work with the environment. And the wheels just start to turn about what kind of impact they would create. And I absolutely adore being in a position where I can support people, women, especially entrepreneurs, learn to balance the whole energetic field, open to receive, and then create the workshops and the coaching packages and the retreats that actually allow them to have the pathway for the abundance to flow in, while giving them this freedom, this impact, this ability to serve humanity, but also do the work for themselves first, and then let everything else flow from that place. So this is just one of the areas that I get to work in when I'm coaching these students in their certification. And it has been so much fun to dive into this little activate your inner money goddess bonus, and then also apply all of that wisdom to the entire program so that people can really have the foundation and then have everything that they need to tap in to the all of it, the potential, the abundance consciousness, and the infinite possibilities. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. So if you're listening to all of this and you're like, infinite abundance, yes, I would like more of that. Check in to see if perhaps either being an entrepreneur who works as a coach, healer, teacher, somebody who is putting on workshops is on your heart. Or maybe you're already doing that and you want to expand it and you want to bring it in a more holistic way. I'd invite you to check out my certification program. We are doing another intake for the equinox in March here, and there's going to be just so much magic. I'm not going to tell you all the details, but I'll leave you the link. And if you want to know more about the program itself, you can come and hang out in my Elemental Prosperity group, where we've done the masterclass. I'm going to be going live to answer some questions over the next few days. And feel free to reach out to me, shoot me a message if you're like, I would like to know how to do this because it sounds amazing. Let me know, and I'd love to tell you more. So, beautiful friends, divine, feminine, and masculine beings, doesn't matter what the body is, we are learning how to play in those energetics now of softening, feeling into the feeling of it first, the energy in your heart, the belief systems that are holding it, and opening to feel the abundance that's actually all around us already, and then taking the actions from that place of feeling the support so that we can build whatever we want to build, whatever's on your heart to build. It's going to be so much fun to see how people take this because of all the deconstruction of everything that's going on right now. It's going to leave this void space that we get to fill by building the things that are more aligned for us now in all industries all over the place. The next few years are going to be wild, and we have the chance to create something really beautiful, something more supportive than what we have right now, something that's going to align us all into the next years in a way that brings us together. I cannot wait to see it. Let me know if I can support you in building that in your life first. Have a beautiful rest of your night, and I will talk to you tomorrow. This is celebrating day 40. 40 days of going live out of 365. Talk to you soon.